Hello, Princess, from Magic Kingdom parking lot, but a place I've never been before, or at least haven't been in 20 years? For some reason, they're parking everybody on the, or at least right now when I got here, over on the west side of the parking lot. I haven't been here. I don't remember the last time I was over here. In fact, not even sure how to get to the TTC from this place. I mean, it's not a maze or a gauntlet or anything. It's just a path, but a path I don't remember. So, I guess, is this our new thing for the day? Hey, it could be. Well, let's enjoy the fun new parking lot and more. We're gonna do more. Great example of new. I don't think I've ever seen this side of the dirt mound. Symbolot is where they put us, which means I guess we've been parking in Villains this whole time. I guess they felt like they really needed to answer this question. The rather curious thing about this is I checked the wait times before I head over here, and they're not that bad. Mine Train is only 45 minutes. Space Mountain was like 20, 25. People Mover, which is what I will be doing today, is only 5. So, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to balance out the parking lot, make sure one side doesn't sink faster than the other. I don't know, could be anything. And the tramway is back to do not enter. Okay, could this mean the actual trams are coming back? Can we get rid of the doors too while we're at it? Because, I mean, we can't touch anything. Still not welcome on the monorail, so I am headed over to the ferry boat. I haven't been here in over 2 weeks, or maybe it was 3 weeks. Don't really remember, but, well, we're back, and 2 reasons today, 2 very important reasons. One, I am having a terrible case of possible FOMO, and I don't want that to happen. I actually changed my mind on something, so I'm here to do one thing, because you know what, this could be one of those rare opportunities to see something very few people will see, and I just don't want to maybe miss that. And I figure we can talk a little bit about Genie Plus. And I don't know, a little bit preview. I'm kind of ambivalent about it, and I have reasons. I guess that's well, not the reaction they were hoping for, but I think it's pretty much the best that they're going to get if people are being honest. So, all right, we are. Ooh, nope, no, she just left. Well, we'll be here for a couple minutes and then off to Magic Kingdom. There's speculation that the ferry boats are being refit to allow boarding and unboarding. Unboarding? No, that's not. Whatever. On both levels, which kind of makes sense because you cannot carry strollers and whatnot up the stairs, but there's no seats on the bottom deck. So I think they're just trying to make it a little more, palatable, I suppose, for strollers and, well, actually for parents with strollers, since the kid in the stroller really doesn't care. 2 days transportation is being provided by the Richard F. Irvine, and something is definitely going on. Looks like a little more than a refurbishment. There is, however, no construction here or there. The park doesn't feel that crowded, really, which is good, especially for a Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. And, get a few things done. First is going to be food. Well, let's get started. A lot to talk about. Genie Plus. Okay, I get it. People are upset that they're losing a free perk. And, I used it, of course, a lot. But I kind of understand it. Disney... well, they're getting a lot of flack lately for removing a lot of these perks, but things change. And in this particular case, they were first to market with this, at least on a mass scale. And when they introduced it, its point was to keep people out of line and in shops and in restaurants. So there was a revenue component to it. Whether that worked or not, they're never ever going to say. But maybe things have just changed and they're just following the pace of the industry, and that's where this is going. So I'm sure it makes sense on some level to switch to only the paid Genie Plus, but I get it. People were used to it being free, but you know what? You gotta get used to it. Now, will I use the Genie app or the Genie features and everything like that? Probably not. I'm not one to plan my days here in the parks. I guess, I know them too well. Not really here long enough, kind of a drive-by Disneying, if you will. So, I don't know. I probably will try it, of course, just to see how it works. But that particular feature doesn't really, doesn't seem all that interesting. Now, they do mention MaxPass a lot in trying to sell this, and I think that's going to work because I really like MaxPass. I had it when I was at Disneyland for my birthday 2 years ago, and it is a much better system than Fastpass Plus, or it was a much better system than Fastpass Plus was, and I would tell anybody who asked. In fact, I think I've told you a number of times that I think they should just bring MaxPass to Walt Disney World when they're finally ready to do that, and not really change anything else. So, in that respect, I'm kind of looking forward to it because, yeah, having done both, what they're bringing here, I think, is going to be better. After way too many failed attempts, these are finally the buffalo chicken tater tots from Friar's Nook. Wait, I think this is Friar's Nook. Whatever, it's one of them. And a chocolate milk, which is the kitty size. I keep thinking it's the regular size. So this is just a snack for now. I do have plans for later because I have been having a craving. Yes, it is Friar's Nook, and those were pretty darn good. Definitely better than the tots I got at Woody's Lunchbox last time. I think those were just chili and cheese. Yeah, not too great, but these were good, and definitely an addition to the approved snack list here at Magic Kingdom. Not better than the spicy chicken waffle. Not much else could be, but we'll definitely have to keep those in mind. So glad I stopped for that treat. I do wish, though, they would sell adult-size chocolate milks. Mine Train is showing only 50 minutes. That's important for what we're talking about. Unfortunately, I am not welcome on the People Mover right now, so I will have to come up with a plan B. I'm over here by Tron for no particular reason. Not like I can ride it or anything. Will eventually, but it's quiet over here. So I think it's time to be a little bit realistic about what we're losing or giving up or what's being taken away. So Fastpass Plus, it wasn't all that great. I still prefer it. If I had the opportunity to go back to the old paper Fastpass system, I probably would, because Fastpass Plus made things just a little too complicated when planning even a day here at the parks, and it was very often more of a frustration than anything else, having to keep checking constantly and everything not being available. Yeah, I get ahead of myself. So, number one, we don't have to deal with anymore is planning 30 or 60 days in advance. I guarantee you, all the people that are complaining about losing the free Fastpass are the first people to complain that they have to get up at, 6 a.m., 60 days before their hotel check-in to make Fastpasses for days they don't even know what park they want to go to, or what the weather's going to be like, or anything. I rarely did it. I did it occasionally, but it was kind of an annoyance having to plan that far ahead. I mean, being one who just comes to the park and just does whatever, yeah, 30 days? No, that really didn't work out. Next, you can only get 3. That's it. You can only plan ahead for 3, and only 3. So, for instance, if you buy Express over at Universal, or Quick Queue at SeaWorld, or Fastlane at, was it called Fastlane? At Six Flags, it's an all-day pass. You can just use it over and over again, unless you get one of the one-time options that they have at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. And I think they might have that at Universal also. But at least it's every attraction that you can use it on, and not just only 3. So, I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm giving up a whole lot there. And I could never get Fastpasses for all the great rides. Could never find one for Mine Train. Oh, it's over there. I could never find one for Flight of Passage. Never find one for Peter Pan. Rarely for Jungle Book. Almost rarely for Splash Mountain. Some of the other ones, occasionally. So what were we left with if we just decided to come to the park for a day? Even getting here early, we're left with the Himalaya. Oh my God, Expedition Everest, or Goofy Sky School. What is this? The Goofy roller coaster, or Small World, or Journey into Imagination, or Listen to the Land. Yeah, you get it. There wasn't really much left after everybody was up at 6 a.m., 60 days ahead of their check-in. So, it didn't really do me a whole lot of good after that. Now, you could occasionally get a Fastpass for a Flight of Passage on the same day. People made a huge deal about it. In fact, there's just videos about that whole subject. I got a Fastpass for Flight of Passage. But yeah, that happened to me maybe once. And I didn't really like having to check constantly in the app on the phone to see if one came up. That was very, very annoying. And, thinking about it, thinking way, way back, how is this any different from an e-ticket? I mean, e-tickets were upcharged. Actually, there's multiple upcharges You paid the admission, then you got some tickets to ride the rides, and the best rides were always more expensive. So, oh, and you didn't have to get tickets, by the way. So everything was an upcharge, right? There was nothing included. And that did change, and I don't know, maybe I'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, I don't really, yeah, what's really the difference between an e-ticket and a Genie Plus reservation? And, well, okay, fine. The last huge change, at least it seems, was back in 1982, oh geez, when Epcot opened, or was it 83? Oh, I'm sorry, one of the two, I forget. That's when they went to the all-inclusive model. Before, you paid a general admission fee, which was like cheap, it was like $6, $7, and then you bought the ticket books that came with various amounts of A, B, C, D, and E tickets. Well, when Epcot opened, there was a huge price increase for a lot of people. The people who didn't ride rides, they still had to pay the all-inclusive. They had to get one of the world passports, which jumped to $30, even if they didn't ride the rides, even if they only wanted to do the smaller rides, the A-ticket rides. So that was a huge price increase for them. So this isn't exactly unprecedented. I think they're just changing with the times. I'm going to wait and see what happens, because I think there's going to be some good things coming out of this. So yeah, I'm not really sad to see it go. So I'm going to wait and see how it works out. It's the Barnstormer. I know that now. Here I am at the Hall of Presidents, and I originally had not planned on coming to see this show. After all, why would you come to the Hall of Presidents to see Joe Biden? I mean, whatever, it's what they did. However, this is the tremendous FOMO opportunity that I do want to avoid because, well, it looks like it may very well be, we are hoping, God willing, that this will be the shortest-lived animatronic in this attraction ever, by far. Yes, hopefully we will be blessed. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to write an exemption to my own rule, and I am actually going to go and see the show. Contrary, well, that's just Miss Liberty, so... Does she agree or not? I don't know. Either way, I am going to, I said, give myself an exemption to my own rule, and I am going to go see the show because, you know what? I want to be able to say that I was here. I saw it during the incredibly brief time that it was actually on display. Oh, and contrary to popular belief and rumors that you may have heard, no, it does not actually just sleep through the whole presentation. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they give out a decoder ring or something, or a transcript. I don't really know. Anyway, so let's head in there and well, check it out, so I can say I did. Okay then, mission accomplished. I saw the current show in the Hall of Presidents and Joe Biden, and well, that's it, I guess, is the correct response. I will probably have some extra comments, probably over on the upcoming sites. Link below. Please go check those out, Princess. I'm sure they'll be interesting and maybe a little bit too spicy for around here. Anyway, now that that's done, I need to come up with a plan C because there's lightning over there, and that means all the outdoor attractions are closed, which means my options are severely limited, but I'll figure it out. Welcome to Florida. There are raindrops, and that is quite a ways away. AccuWeather says no rain for 45 minutes, but I'm already feeling the drops. They likely mean real rain will be in 45 minutes, and maybe, I don't know, it depends on which direction that is headed. If you can believe it, after seeing the new show over in the Hall of Presidents and Joe Biden, I am in a pretty good mood, very, very hopeful. So, let's talk about some of the good things that I expect from the switch to Genie Plus. And the first one is something that people talk about all the time, and I do expect it to happen because I think we've seen it recently without Fastpass, and that is the standby lines will move faster and may even be shorter. It's because right now, Fastpass takes up a lot of capacity in a ride, and in a lot of ways, it's oversubscribed. Since it's free, a lot of people just get Fast Passes for reasons, even for rides that they don't necessarily want to ride, but it's the only one that they could get. So, you know, the Fast Pass queue just constantly streams into the attraction, and the standby queue is just left trickling in. I know they say some are balanced differently, but it doesn't matter. The standby line always seems to just creep along, and it's annoying. And that's what's annoying about it, is it doesn't move. You stand for a few minutes, and then you move a few feet, stand for a few minutes, move a few feet. The thing about the lines now is you just kind of keep moving. In some places, you barely stop walking once you enter the queue. You might walk for 10 or 20 minutes, but you don't actually stop walking. And I think psychologically, that is a lot better. And with it being a paid service, a lot fewer people will be using it, so there will be much more standby capacity. I do think a lot of people are going to feel better about that. I also think it's going to be a lot easier to get the good attractions. Now that the 60 and 30-day windows are out, everybody has to make same day, and not too many people have an advantage. I think resort guests will have a slight advantage because they will be able to, oh no, they can only do the paid ones at 7 o'clock. But for everybody else, it seems like it's going to start at the same time. Maybe that detail missed me, or maybe after you tap into the park. So if you really want to ride Flight of Passage or Mine Train, you just got to get here early. And that's something anybody can do. Like if I wanted to ride Flight of Passage, which I don't ever because I can't get a Fastpass, I'll just get up early, go to Animal Kingdom, get it, hang out for a while, ride it, and then go home. And that's actually pretty okay with me, because it does make it a little more accessible to everybody, not just people with long stays at hotels. And that was a problem I had. Even when I booked a stay, for I think 3 nights, I couldn't get Flight of Passage until the evening of my last day, like after checkout, because everybody with 7-night, 10-night, 2-week stays had already taken them all up. So even if you had a hotel reservation at 60 days, you weren't guaranteed Flight of Passage. So I think this is going to make that a lot more available to more people. And I think that's going to be a really, really good thing, because that's how Max Pass was. And they keep saying it's like Max Pass. And if they do bring that aspect of Max Pass, or if that's what happens, that's going to be a good thing. And finally, it's still less expensive than everybody else. Okay, $15, $20, yeah, it's something else, but let's remember, Express at Universal, Quick Queue at SeaWorld start at $60. Even Fast Flash Pass at Six Flags starts at $60. So for $15, yeah, that's kind of a bargain. And if it does work like Max Pass, you can get a lot done for that $15. So, I would say just chill on the price. It sucks that you may have to pay, but it can be a lot worse, believe me. So I do think that these are going to be good things, and because it's supposed to be a lot like Max Pass, I am looking forward to it. I am. I think I will like this better than Fastpass Plus. And Aloha Isle really needs a Cupcake Plus ice cream option. It is raining, and it's going to be like this for probably an hour or more, so maybe things will happen a little bit out of order. It has thwarted my quest for a snack, so we'll have to fit that in eventually. So either way, the paid attractions that are going to appear as the individual attraction purchases, I don't know whatever they are. Let's talk about those real quick. I don't really care. They gave the list, and I was like, probably won't affect me too much. A few reasons. First, Rise of the Resistance, not worth paying for. I don't even get up early to try and get a boarding pass, even though I'm usually successful. Some people aren't, but I've always gotten it every time I've tried, except for one. But I'm certainly not going to pay for it. But it will still have the boarding passes, which I still won't get up for. So that I don't care about. Remy, okay, it's not worth paying for as a standalone attraction. Now, while it's new and everybody wants to see it, sure, I can understand them wanting to offer the upcharge, but as a standalone attraction, it's not worth paying for. I've ridden it a couple times, and it's cute, but if they're not going to charge for Mickey and Minnie's, there's really no way they could charge for Remy, so I don't know, maybe wait on that. But it will also have a virtual line. Now, the two that I think make sense are Radiator Springs and Mine Train, because they have an enduring popularity for, I guess, reasons. Understandable, I guess. So those are the ones that they could probably get away with. So, okay, I still wouldn't pay for them. Maybe do standby occasionally, but I could understand why some people might want to. Tron will also be in that tier, almost definitely. I think that is worth it. I've ridden it already. It's a great ride, so I don't know that I would pay for it, but maybe just to experience it again. So I will say that one is okay. And yeah, I think that's it. Once I floated Slinky Dog, yeah, no, I'm not going to pay for that for sure. So far, the list of paid options, for me, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't pay for them anyway, so it doesn't take me anywhere. But Disney, remember one thing. There are 2 attractions here in Orlando that could very, very easily be monetized. And people would, they would object, but they would understand, and they would pay, because they're worth it. And it's over at Islands of Adventure, and I'm talking about Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, currently the best ride in Florida. And Velocicoaster, maybe the 3rd best ride in Florida. So if Universal wanted to charge for those, they could, but they don't. In fact, for a Velocicoaster, they don't even have a virtual queue. And Hagrid's goes back and forth. So, again, with Rise of the Resistance, what are you afraid of finding out? Hint, it's not as popular as you think. This is at least another hour. Whoa, oh boy. I'm reasonably confident that was within the 3-mile limit, so the outdoor attractions will doubtlessly remain closed for quite a while. Question is, do I stay here comfortably in shelter, or do I continue my quest for a snack? And in case you were wondering, yes, it can get worse, but maybe this means it will be over sooner? No, it's still an hour, and I'm still trapped. They may want to rename Lightning Lane. It's Florida, remember. Alright, it's not as bad. I'm tired of waiting, and I'm from Florida, so I'm going to make my way over to Sunshine Tree Terrace and get a creamsicle. And then hopefully, when all this is over, everyone else will have left, and I can have a nice quiet dinner outside, of course, with less crowd. So, figure, worst case scenario, I get wet. Or, actually, no, worst case scenario, I get struck by lightning. Because, remember, lightning is sexist. Snack mission successful, despite the weather. Now I just gotta find a place undercover to eat this, although maybe I'll just stand here, because there's no one else around. Very delicious, but now I have a very personal problem. It's the middle of August in Florida, and I'm freezing. Oh my god. I'm legitimately cold right now, like uncomfortably cold. But anyway, so like I said, I'm kind of okay with everything so far, and I am actually looking forward to the changes if they go well, as I hope. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But a lot of people, again, are not happy with this, and there's a lot of fervor out there, and it's turned into this whole big kerfuffle. So let's real quick talk about how they could have done this a little bit better. Now, I get it. I think they just decided to just announce the change and go with it and just deal with the backlash. And that's actually a legitimate course of action, so I totally understand if that's what they were thinking, right? Because, the Band-Aid has to come off at some point, so might as well just do it and deal with it. People will calm down and wait till they see it, and maybe they'll turn out like me and be a little bit reasonable and have, kind of high hopes. Either way, if they didn't want to do that, there are some ways that they could have sort of tempered this a little bit. And the first would have been, instead of just announcing all the paid options and blah, 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 just call it Genie Plus with Max Pass, or Genie with Max Pass, or Genie Plus Max Pass, or something like that, to make it very clear that they're bringing back Max Pass to Disneyland, with some tweaks maybe, and bringing Max Pass to Walt Disney World, replacing Fastpass Plus. Now, Max Pass has always been a paid service, ever since it was introduced. Disneyland had Fastpass still, and that was the little cards you got at the actual attractions, or I think eventually you could do it electronically, but you had to go, blah, blah, blah. But Max Pass has always been a paid service. So if they had just said Disney Genie with Max Pass, people would have been like, oh my god, we have to pay, but we've already been paying for it, and it's been pretty good, so I guess we're supposed to be upset, but since we've already been paying for it, maybe we aren't going to be upset, as we could be. I don't know. See how that would work, right? You're bringing a paid service that people really like, so what are they going to do? Complain about paying for it still? I don't know. So that could have been done. Also, they could have included it with some resort stays, particularly here at Walt Disney World with deluxe resorts. I kind of think that should be part of it, really. Those resorts are pretty expensive, so maybe this will be a nice freebie to drive those sales. Maybe even some of the moderates, too, the high-level moderates, like Grand Destino. I don't know, something like that. They should have definitely announced which annual passes and magic keys it will be included with. Okay, Disney, it has to be included, because that would have calmed a lot of people down. It was included in previous Disneyland annual passes, the top 2 or 3, depending on whether you count the premiere, I think. So we fully expect it to be included with the top level passes here at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland. So yeah, it's got to be included. You should have just announced it. Finally, something that they could do is announce that the Genie will offer surprise lightning lanes, even if you don't buy it. So, like a scenario where you actually do let the Genie plan your day, and you're actually going through with the Genie's plans, you're going to see this attraction, this show, you're eating at this place. In the afternoon, to keep you on pace, you'll get offered a surprise lightning lane. Now, it has to be for a good attraction. It can't be for a Barnstormer or Living with the Land or Imagination or, well, or the Triceratops Spin. That's just not going to work. It has to be for a decent attraction, like here at Magic Kingdom, like Pirates or Mansion or, I don't know, something not Space Mountain, but something like that. Something that you would want to get, or even Big Thunder. Yes, because that's got super high capacity. It can absorb a few extra riders during the day. Something that you would want to get, maybe might not be your first choice. Like there's always going to be Mine Train, Peter Pan, and then something else. Got that second tier, but it's got to be a good one, right? Just to keep people on pace. I mean, you want to promote using Disney Genie, right? What better way than a free lightning lane, right? Finally, something they could do better, I think will be better, and I probably will be saying this if I don't actually do it, is you have to tap in first, like at Disneyland. Right now, as the hotel guests, they get the benefit of being able to do certain things at 7. Oh, and that's the paid one still. So maybe you do have to tap in first. Either way, if not, I think you should. I think you should have to tap into the park first before you do any of your Genie Plus selections. It has to be Genie Plus. That's the paid thing. Just like Max Pass. And hotel guests will get the benefit because they now get the early hours every day at every park. So that's the benefit of staying at a resort. So again, if they just called it and brought Max Pass here, everybody really wouldn't have much to complain about. So yeah, it's too late for the branding, but that would be so much better. Anyway, okay, the rain has stopped. So let's see what the rides are opening. Let's see what rides are opening. Maybe Jungle Cruise? Maybe Big Thunder? I don't know. Well, let's go find out. Or check the app. That probably would be easier. Come on, Disney. That was 2 months ago already. I came over by Thunder Mountain expecting it to open soon, but apparently the cast has been told 2,100 hours, which is an hour and 20 minutes from now, even though, things have cleared up, so who knows? The Met might change their prediction. They might not. Either way, I'm not going to wait there for 45 minutes or an hour. Maybe it's dinner time. Okay, I still need to get some steps. Then I'll walk back over to Sleepy Hollow and see what the crowd situation looks like. That sounds like a plan, I guess. Cinderella Castle still looks nice. I'm thinking that if they've been telling people rides probably won't open, that everybody is, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are leaving. And, yeah, I guess I'm hungry enough to at least go and, well, check out the situation. It's not going to be that crowded. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about it, so let's head over there. And finally, the dinner I've been talking about all day, a corn dog at Sleepy Hollow. I've had a taste for this for quite a while. Maybe it's because the spicy chicken waffle is so good. Figured come back and give this another try. Who knows, but I finally got it. And it's about time. And it's the right time. It is still a wet evening here in Frontierland, but I hear screams from one of the rides. I don't know if it's Splash or Thunder, so I'm going to go check that out. Hopefully get a ride on Big Thunder. I think that's Splash, before I leave. And, oh, the corn dog was great. Just as I expected, just as I wanted. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Still like the spicy chicken and waffle better, though. That is, oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Can't wait to have it again. Which I can anytime. Isn't this great? Well, so those are my thoughts on Genie Plus, and the paid one-time, who cares? I don't care. Because I'm never going to use it. So, well, that's it. I'm hoping for the best. The fact that we're giving up Fastpass Plus, to me, not a big deal. I'm not going to say that anything would be better, but I really hope that what they're bringing, because it's like Max Pass, is going to be better. So I'm going to withhold judgment, see how it goes, and the only thing that could really break the deal for me is if they do not include it in any annual passes, because, well, then that would exclude everybody, including me, and I would be very upset. But realistically, that is why I am thankful for my problems.